Review copy provided by PlayStation. We've taken care not to include spoilers, including limiting footage to the game's first few hours. However, be advised that due to the secretive nature of The Last Guardian, many players may prefer to learn even the game's basic mechanics firsthand. Eco and Shadow of the Colossus are two very different games that feel inextricably linked. Eco has you guiding a companion out of a dangerous labyrinth, while Shadow of the Colossus has you climbing and conquering towering monsters. The Last Guardian brings the two together as if a Colossus was invited to venture with you through Eco. From the controls to the puzzles to the architecture, it feels undeniably like a member of the same family. But the bond between man and beast stands apart. While there is a brief intro and a handful of cutscenes, most of the Last Guardian story is experienced rather than told. The boy you control wakes up in a cave with no idea how he got there, lying next to the beast Trico chained to the floor. It's up to you to work out what to do next. However, the story isn't as vague and up to interpretation as the previous games. Some things remain a mystery, but the biggest questions are answered in remarkable ways. As you search for a way out of the towering ruins, the game is enveloped by a sense of solitude. The rousing musical score is saved for enemy encounters and dramatic moments. Aside from yourselves, all you typically hear are the wind and the birds, accentuating every move you make and drawing your attention to anything out of the ordinary. Trico itself is incredibly detailed and expressive. With inspiration drawn from a variety of animals, you can tell a lot just by observing the beast's face and body language. It makes plaintive cries when it's trying to find you. Its feathers get ruffled when it's angry, and there's a sense of physical presence as pillars crumble beneath its weight. You'll also witness numerous subtle changes over time as it gets injured, heals, and so on, truly giving it a sense of being alive. The world is equally as impressive, with its ruined buildings and rotting catwalks, towering on a scale that's hard to comprehend. Many times you venture outside, you can look up to see where you're going, and look down to see the many places you've been. Along the way, you'll come across a number of areas, surprising in both their look and design. The sense of scale does come at a cost though, as the frame rate dips noticeably outdoors, and the camera can be a bit troublesome in close quarters. Movement in The Last Guardian has a tactile yet stumbling feel to it. Buttons are mapped in relation to direction, with triangle used to jump and X used to crawl. There's a heft involved, with picking up barrels or pulling levers, making every move feel like it takes effort. The boy's clumsy footsteps make walking at great heights feel even more precarious. Even climbing Trico's back is a bit of a struggle, but unlike Shadow of the Colossus, you don't have to worry about holding a button or managing a grip meter. Working with Trico isn't at all like riding a game's typical mount. You never have direct control over the beast, but learn how to communicate with it to accomplish what you want. Early on, it will rarely even move while you're on its back, making the moments when you have to grasp its feathers and hold tight even more exhilarating. You'll also need to learn how to address its emotions, dealing with objects it's afraid of or distracted by, and you'll need to seek out barrels of food wherever you can find them. As you build trust, more options become available to you so you can direct Trico in more specific ways. You can climb Trico's tail like a rope, or have it raise its head to reach higher platforms. One thing that takes adjustment, though, is that Trico often behaves as if it has a mind of its own. As you work out where to go next, the beast will often spot it first and move in that direction. Other times, you might need to show Trico the way forward, and it doesn't always get the hint right away. You might need to simply issue the same command, or you may need to reposition or adjust your timing. The whole game is essentially one puzzle after another. Some are as simple as identifying the right way forward. Others involve opening gates and interacting with different devices. The game oddly drops hints and displays button prompts even late into the game, but simultaneously you aren't clued into even some simple things, like using L1 to focus the camera on Trico. Even with the hints though, it never feels like it's holding your hand, and it takes thought to work out many of its situations. A handful of puzzles are likely to stump most players for a bit, and while one of the solutions is a bit random, others feel like revelations when you finally catch on. Enemy encounters are rare at first, becoming more common as you climb higher. Tying back to Eco, these involve mysterious sets of armor looking to grab you and drag you away. As you're unable to wield any weapons, your primary form of defense lies with your companion. Trico's rage can make quick work of individual soldiers, but at times, you'll need to lend a supporting role, and there are moments where you'll be separated from the beast, which call for stealth or other tactics. In all, we took between 12 to 15 hours to complete The Last Guardian, and it clearly still hides a few secrets for us to find. As with its predecessors, it has some issues with controls and performance, but these are easily outweighed by the astonishing grandeur of its scale, and the lifelike connection with Trico. Like the bond that grows between you and the beast, the farther you get, the more memorable and dramatic it all becomes. The Last Guardian is not a perfect game, but it is a mesmerizing adventure that we will never forget. Easy Allies reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to see our other videos, and consider becoming a patron to help us make more. Review copy provided by PlayStation.